paid services would your customer success team like to offer to your customers in order to increase adoption, increase value, and mitigate churn risks? Hello, my customer success friends. 𝘧𝘪𝘚𝘱𝘐𝑒𝑠 here for CSM Practice, the customer success consulting firm. Today I want to tell you a story. A lot of people ask me, 𝘧𝘪, should we charge for customer success? Of course, sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is probably not. I'm not going to go down into that today. That will be a separate video. However, if you do, and you start offering premium services for customers, I want to talk about how to best communicate that to the other teams, and especially if these are add-on services that customers could opt into. These are extremely important because usually if you do this right, those add-on services are the type of services that can guarantee successful implementation of new features. They can guarantee better adoption. They can guarantee a better alignment between what the customer wants to what your organization can offer and increase perceived value, not just realized value. And so what happens is as we develop these amazing programs that customers can opt into, most customers don't even know that we have them. And so it's very, very important to communicate back to the sales team, the marketing team, support, data integration team if you have them, the onboarding team if you have a separate one, to just ensure that everybody knows and can articulately say what are your services, who can benefit from them, what segment of customers is it most applicable to, and what benefits can they get if they opted into these services. I had a very interesting story where I was engaged with a client that wanted to develop these services for clients. And the reason that they wanted to do it is because during the onboarding, they ended up providing a lot of sort of like managed services for the client. So the client didn't have anybody that knows the system. They will tell them what they wanted to do and they will do it for them. And as the company grew, they couldn't really afford providing these services for free for all of the clients. There were just too many of them. So we sat down and we started whiteboarding what is really going on. So we did a grid, and I encourage you to do the same. So take a grid, we took a grid, and we started outlining all the different segments of the customer, from very large organizations to medium-sized companies to very small clients. And we said, what is the typical use case? And what do they absolutely need to do in the system to start getting value that's enough for the cost that they opted into? So if they opted into a bigger package or a bigger subscription, obviously they want to do more things. And so what would be appropriate for them for the onboarding experience? And then what do we expect from them to do quarter over quarter to make sure that they're getting value also on an ongoing basis? And then we said, okay, if they did all these activities, how long would it take for us to do it for them? And we actually assigned resources and estimated how many hours does it take to do each activity. And we put it in writing, and we did this Excel maneuver where we came up with an actual average cost for each segment depending on the activities that we wanted the client to actually take on. And you can see where I'm leading with this. So this actually turned out to be their managed service offering. So that was at the very basic level of what we absolutely needed to help our clients with for them to be successful. Then we took all these services that we've created, and those were the minimum that they needed to do to get value delivered every quarter for them. And we put it on a grid for the sales team, and they shared it with the sales team at the sales kickoff meeting. And it had, imagine like a cheat sheet for sales, where you have, okay, these are the different segments of customers, these are the packages that they can opt into, and oh, by the way, if this is an enterprise customer, they can't opt into a small package that's designed for SMBs, because guess what? These packages are also there to make sure that we mitigate churn risk or devalue risk for us. And so we might actually offer this package almost for free or at a discounted rate, or not even allow or talk about these other packages with the strategic customers, because if they do opt into and say, well, we can do it ourselves and we know that it's too difficult, we might want to say, you know, if you're a large customer, these are the packages that are applicable for your segment, and not even suggest the other ones. Those are not even part of the equation, and the salesperson needs to know that as well. So that should be part of the education, part of the grid, what packages are available for which segment. But we need to think through that process from these questions, and then the deliverable at the end should be a cheat sheet for the sales team. Hopefully this advice helped you think through what kind of paid services would your customer success team like to offer to your customers in order to increase adoption, increase value, and mitigate churn risks. And then how do you communicate that back to the sales team and other teams as well, so that they can help create awareness to those services and help customers opt into and be successful with you. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Also check the comments below for other resources like our newsletter, and hope to see you on our next video.